Yo, what is up? I'm Zach. Welcome back to my channel of RWBY Mythology. Today I bring you guys another what if discussion video, and this was a $20 donation by Stormatron 540 himself. Man, this guy is on a fucking roll. I'll tell you that much. Two video requests that I got from yesterday, and now I got two new videos for that he donated as well. And this is one of them and this is one of them, and this one on my main channel. So basically, two what ifs, one separately. So basically, two what ifs and one. How you say it? I can't even speak. Two what ifs, but one of them is for separate channels. This one that we're going to discuss here, and this one on my main channel. So two what ifs for two of my channels. So we're gonna start with this one. Plus, it's been only 3 days since I haven't posted any RWBY related, so I might as well give you one. And that is, what if Jaune Arc was Ozma / Ozpin and Salem Descendant? Basically, what if Jaune was a blood descendant to Ozpin and Salem? And here's something that here's something that is interesting. This has been a theory, actually. This has been a theory since Volume 6, when Team RWBY, Oscar, and Crow, and Maria learns the truth about Salem and Ozpin. If you guys remember this logo, this is the logo of the kingdom. Basically, this is Salem's original emblem before she became who she is now. And what does it look similar to you? Remove the blade in the middle. What's that look like familiar to you? It's the upside down emblem of Jaune Arc. Yeah. It's been a theory and speculating that Jaune could be a descendant to Salem. And since Ozpin / Ozma married Salem, and they have 4 kids, so does that make Jaune a blood descendant to Salem because they have similar logo, similar emblem? One is like a curve, another one is like an upside down, like a U, sort of. So this is not just about the story; it's about how would Jaune process of this revelation. This is like more of a theory and discussion than just of a what if scenario, because it wouldn't change anything. It's just Jaune wouldn't know about his ancestor. He already knows about his grandfather. His great grandfather was involved in the war, but he doesn't know much about his ancestors that was before his great grandfather. And hell, some people speculate that he might be a descendant of the king that ruled over Remnant, which is pretty much Ozma, that people are speculating. I mean, that could actually be a thing. I mean, then again, Ozma did rule Remnant with Salem, so that kind of makes Ozma the king. So you can speculate on that. And the question is, how would this work? Well, if Jaune is a blood descendant to Salem, and because we honestly do not know what happened to her kids, people assume that they're dead. If they were dead, then Jaune and his family, his parents and his sister, would not exist, because they will also be a descendant of Salem, but they will not know that. So one of them had to survive. So I would say that the blonde girl, wearing the green outfit that she showed her parents that she could use magic. Let's say that she is the mother, the descendant of Jaune's greatest great grandmother or something like that, and Salem is John's ancestors, because John. Wait, how long Salem and Ozpin been living? Like what, 100 years or something like that? It has to be like 100 years or something along that area, because this is like before Faunus was even around, before Faunus even exists. So it has to be like 100 or something or whatever. Hold that thought. All right, take that back. Not 100 years. Salem and Ozpin, they're basically 1,000 years old. So basically, yeah, Salem and Ozpin are John's ancestors that lived over centuries. And yeah, so basically, how would John process that, when he learns the truth, like, oh, John is related to Salem and Ozpin? I think John would just be lost for words, and because here's the thing, in the entire RWBY volume 1 through 5, John would just doesn't know anything about his heritage, his true heritage. So basically, the entire events of the RWBY series would just play the exact same. Nothing would change or impact or whatever until Team RWBY are telling John, Ren, and Nora about what they're seeing. Like, what if they actually saw more of the Descendant? What if they saw more of Ozpin's life? Like, he's been keeping an eye on his bloodlines, keeping them for safe, and keep them, make sure they're safe, make sure they don't have silver eyes, so they don't have to be a target or whatever. And he's been basically kept himself from a distance on the Arc families. And so basically, I think Ozpin will be the one who know who his John is, because if you guys remember in Volume 1, when he looks at his scroll, his big tablet scroll, whatever, not only he's been focusing on RWBY, but he also be focusing on John, because that is his descendant, that's his bloodline, because John is related to Salem, and there's no evil sign, and John has a pure heart. And I think something that actually would be concerned to John is the Grimm don't attack him. They just send something in John that John doesn't understand, like, oh, the same sin, that's literally the same to our master. So he's relative. And I think Salem West would notice, like, so like, wait a minute, how in the hell I didn't even think of this? Like, I should have a blood descendant in the future. I should have them in my side, and yet Ozma, my dear Ozma, pretty much hiding them from me. Okay, and the fact there's one at Beacon. Oh, okay. So, in Volume 6, John would pretty much learn from RWBY that John is related to Salem and Ozpin, because before Salem became who she is, she has the same emblem like John, and she married Ozpin, and both of them have a child, and Ozpin has been trying to find his first and last child, and that child wants nothing to deal with her father, and Ozpin has been keeping the bloodline of his and her child and his descendants later on. And he's been keeping an eye on the Arc families, etc. And yeah, I think John would just be, holy shit. I think John would just would be like, no, that is bullshit. There is no fucking way I'm related to Ozpin and Salem. There's no fucking way. I'm not buying it. And they're not lying. They're telling the truth. I think John would hit that like a freight train. Just, oh. He is a blood descendant to his ancestors that started it all. Salem and Ozma, aka Ozpin. Yeah, I think John will be even more pissed at Ozpin, much more. And just... And when Ozpin comes back in Volume 8, because that's basically what happened, I think Ozpin would have a word with John. You know, family to a family. Yeah, I think Ozpin would apologize. Like, he wanted to tell him, but if he did, he wouldn't believe him either way. And John doesn't... He doesn't want to accept it about, you know, his heritage, his blood heritage. And the fact that right now he's involved of his great descendant, his ancestors of war. So he doesn't know what he should call Ozpin, like, you know, his ancestor father or something like that. I don't know. And I think Salem, you know, when Yang, Ren, and John inside the Beast rescue Oscar and finding, and thanks to the help of Emerald, I think Salem would have 3 moments. Same with the Oscar and Emerald would play out the same, but when she encountered John, she should be happy to see her bloodline still continue, that she always wanted to get a chance to meet him in a different circumstances. Like, she actually put on a lovely mother face. Like, she just glad to see that she has a descended great-great-great-grandchild. And she is so sad that she has not been part of his life. And John is not playing this long. Like, he doesn't not care who she is, who she was, because John just don't want to accept it. I mean, later on he will accept it. He just doesn't care. And I think Yang would just be pissed that, oh, now Salem want to act like a mother or like a great-great-great-grandmother now. Oh, hell no! You took away my mother. So, again, not a lot would change, honestly. It's just John learning that he is a descendant of the former headmaster of Beacon Academy and the enemy they're fighting. Yeah, it does. So John would still be John. He would just have to process all this information that, yeah, he's a descendant of Salem and Ozpin, which makes it his ancestors. So, yeah. Again, basically most of the volumes just don't change at all. Like, nothing too important or whatever. So, again, this is more of like a theory and discussion of how this would play out, but not everything changed, honestly, for John. It's just how would he process that in Volume 6. So, it doesn't. I mean, it did affect John, but it doesn't change him who he is as a person in the series. You know, so this might be the shortest what if. It's just more of a discussion and a theory of how would this play out? How would this affect John? I mean, it would affect him, but it doesn't change who he is. But I feel like at the end of Volume 9, when he's been, been staying the Ever After much longer than Team RWBY and Neo, and being at the age of late early 40s or early 50s, and now he has Ozpin that he could look up to and can understand, what it's like to be old, that sort of thing. Kind of like similar to Volume 9 Beyond, but in this one, John would be much closer to his ancestor, Ozpin, because Ozpin can relate and understand. So, yeah, I feel like that bond would start when John, Team RWBY, returned back to Remnant, and John was just accepted who he is, what is his bloodline, basically accepting his bloodline, accepting his that he is a descendant of Ozpin and Salem. So basically in Volume 9 Beyond, he actually does accept it because how far he has grown and being mature back at the age of 19 and still has that mature attitude. So, yeah. Honestly, I have nothing else to say. Like I said, it's just more of like a theory and a discussion, more of it just telling a what if. I mean, it still counts as a what if, just go in depth to how will John process this, and it doesn't affect the series or change anything. It's just only John as a character, how this affect him, and would that change him, or how would he process? Like, he would deny it, he wouldn't accept it until later on. He had to accept. He actually accepted who he is once he returned. So, yeah, that's that is something. Hell, even because RWBY, Rananora, and the Team RWBY, Rananora would, like, they don't see John just become evil because he's related to Salem or anything like that. Because if there was evil, Ozpin would have known and sensed it, but there is none. He has a pure heart. He has a good heart. So there's no evil within him. Now, makes you wonder, should John have magic powers? Well, yes, sort of. But I feel like in this scenario he wouldn't have the magic powers because I just, let's say this magic gave him that he has so much aura because of his heritage, and that magic fused together as one, and that he has multiple of aura. Let's just go along with that. I didn't want to give John a magic because it doesn't suit him, and plus, if John were a descendant to Salem and Ozpin, the Arc family would have magic abilities like their ancestors, but they don't, because magic literally doesn't exist anymore, and the only magic that exists in Remnant is Ozpin, Salem, and the Four Maidens, and the Silver Eyes. That is basically it. Those are the I know I said 3, but I just realized it. So yeah, that's literally 4 magics that still exist in Remnant. Oh great, I just forgot another one. That Crow and Raven could turn into a bird. So that's also a magic ability. So that makes 5. So yeah. So basically John would not have have magic abilities or something like that. But that's just me. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Links to my other channel, my social medias will be down below the description box. You guys know the drill. Links to my Cash App, PayPal, Ko-fi will be down below the description box and in my bio. If you guys want to donate to support the channel or just donate any video, donate of any request video that you want to be done for y'all. Again, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. RWBY is love, RWBY is life. Keep moving forward, and I'll see you guys later.